What is going on, guys? My name is Oracabos. Welcome to today's video. Now today, obviously we are taking Dark Elves, and it's been a while since I played them. I figured I should give them some love. And let's see. So basically we are up against Lizardman, and let's check my army first. I have got I'm going quite cavalry heavy. I have 4 Dark Riders and 5 Dark Riders, and these are no shield variant. And also I'm rocking 3 Dark Riders with repeater crossbow. So I have basically 8 cavalry units. And then I'm also rocking 3 units of Black Guard of Lagran. And if you guys follow this channel, you guys know my opinion on these guys. In my opinion, Black Guard of Lagran, best infantry in the game, hands down, no argument whatsoever, best. And then I have a front line of Dread Spears times 4, and I have a Death Hag, pretty much like it, but does bring her kit. Just one thing though, hold on, there you go, the Chill Blade, which is -5 MA and -12% of speed, which is very good. And then obviously leading the way, leadership is Morathi, and she is rocking the Soul Stealer, Power of Darkness, Enchanting Beauty, Heart Trender, and Dark Sword, and Greater Arcane Conduit. That's it. So for my opponent, he has brought Skink Cohort times 2, actually times 5, and these are all with javelins. Now this javelin Skink Cohorts can actually dish out a lot of damage, especially onto my no shield Dark Riders. And then obviously he's also rocking some Skink Cohort in the mist. And then he brought 4 units of Code 1 Spear Riders. Now I did not expect my opponent to go this heavy on cavalry. And also leading the way, we have 2 ancient Stegodon. And of course, leading the way, red crested Skink Chief with Opal Amulet, Focus Instincts, Frenzy, and pretty much that's it. Didn't bring any magic for some reason, but we do have a caster. We have a Skink Priest with Beast, brought Transformation of Kadang, which is the Summon Manticore spell, and Flock of Doom, Wild Heart, and yeah, and also we have a Bastiodon Revivification Crystal, very heavy. I mean, this is like a really solid SCM core, and they're gonna dish out a lot of damage. Now let's see how this battle is gonna be unfold. So right from the get-go, I am actually pushing in quite eagerly, because one of the things I learned from playing this game for like almost 4 years now is that hold on, 3 years, right? Yeah, 3 years. Is that if you bring a lot of chaff and cheap cavalry, you actually need to be really micro intensive, and really just basically take advantage of those javelins about to land. But these guys are silver shielded, so they're not gonna take a lot of damage, which is good. I believe they're gonna counter charge into them quite soon. There you go. So I didn't miss the counter charge, which is also nice. So one of the things I learned for the past 3 years is that if you bring a lot of chaff cavalry, you actually need to be macro intensive and try to outmaneuver your opponent. That's the thing. So these spears actually got charged by the monster core, and we just die horribly, unfortunately. But Black Guards of Lagran are here providing some support. And I see that my opponent is actually pushing in here. I'm trying to scream this Black Guard of Lagran here to basically help these two Code 1 Spear Riders. But here I'm really just very hesitated on my cavalry play. Those Black Guards of Lagran took a lot of damage from those javelins and from those 2 ancient Stegodon. But the red crested Skink Chief actually took a lot of damage from my Dark Riders with repeater crossbow, which is nice. But unfortunately, one of my Blackout of Lagran actually got routed straight off because just because of the overwhelming number of lizards here. Now my cavalry is on the move, and I would like to mention that one of my Dark Riders actually took a couple of volleys from those javelins, which brought them down quite low. But here I'm actually trying to push in, and those Dark Riders are about to charge into those skin cohorts, and also I'm trying to support with my extra spears, and these spears are pushing into those skin cohort with javelins. My opponent is actually pushing out with his SEMs because he did not want them to just die to my repeater crossbows. And here Morathi together with Deathhack is actually providing a decent fight, which is good. So right now, just look at that. My opponent actually invests all his cavalry into this one blob, trying to just take out those Black Guards and Morathi and the Deathhack, which in my opinion is kind of a questionable move, to be honest. But here I still have those 3 Dark Riders with crossbows. At the back, I do have a reserve unit of Black Guards of Lagran here, trying to just push in. And all the way in the distance, I still, like, on the left flank, it's pretty much all Dark Elves. See here, these guys, if they're gonna clap into them, just get rid of them, and then those riders just gonna ping-pong in and get rid of all the infantry on the back. And also those guys are having a lot of trouble fighting those Dark Riders. Anyways, so let's see how this battle is gonna unfold. So right now, I believe here is a primal target for a big fat Soul Stealer, if I can cast it. But I think my opponent is about to disengage, which is kind of awkward. There you go. Is that gonna miss? Oh, that's a Flock of Doom, by the way. Really nice placed by my opponent. And my opponent's still trying to use those javelins to get rid of my X-Boss. And as I mentioned before, look at that. Those Dark Riders just clapping and get rid of those skin cohorts, which is just fantastic. And here, with support of 2 units of Black Guards, those Code 1 Spear Riders is having a world of trouble. And I still have a lot of cavalry just moving on the battlefield, which is nice. And here, with the support of Black Guards, those spears, Code 1 Spear Rider is gonna get taken care of quite easily as well. And my opponent is actually getting zoomed away by the crossbows, which is surprising, because they were here and now they just retreat and all the way get here. So right now on the right flank is pretty much all Dark Elves, but this flank is all Lizardmen, I should say, and that unit is just sitting there looking pretty. And now the murderous powers actually kicks in. Everybody is actually getting a lot of stats. Let's actually check the stats on Dark Riders. There you go. 30 melee attack, 80 leadership, 50 charge. I mean, with murderous powerness, and those Dark Riders are actually suddenly becoming a very decent fighter, and with a lot of charge bonus. So basically, you can play them like a shock cavalry, and they have like the stats of Empire Knights, which is fantastic, except they're a little bit lackluster in armor department. Anyways, so right now, all of a sudden, Dark Elves actually mop the floor with the Lizardmen, like getting rid of everything here. So look at that, look at how many units I still have here, and the Lizardmen just have like a very strong pocket here, but there's no joke in this pocket. I mean, I still have 3 SEMs, including caster, and also 1 unit of Code 1 Spear Riders. So these guys are no joke, but I do have the answer. I do have 3 units of X-Bows, and they can actually deal with the SEMs if I can play them conservatively. So at the moment, I think, because I'm just about to chasing all these units outside the map, and the Lizardmen is just coming in angrily, which is fantastic. But Morathi is kind of low, but I don't really worry that much because Morathi, there you go, that's supposed to be a Soul Stealer, right? There you go, that's a Soul Stealer right on top of 3 SEMs, and that's gonna do a lot of damage onto them. And the other thing is that these Black Gods of Lagran is no joke. I mean, good luck grinding down them with your Stegodons. I mean, Black Gods are very, very good at dealing with Stegodons, by the way. So yeah, I don't think Black Gods gonna fail me in that case. And look at here, all 3 of my Expos are in a primal position to just basically shooting into the Red Crested Skin Chief. And here, I mean, I can just kite that as Ancient Stegodon all day, every day with my Dark Riders. And I mean, right now I'm having a full surround situation here, and Black Gods actually got their hands onto the Code 1 Spear Riders, which is the ideal target. And here we're just running arrows into that Asian Stegodon. Let's check some cinematic shots here. So yeah, just running volleys after volleys, and that's it. That's a Pyrrhic victory for the Dark Elves. Now, as we dive onto the scorecard, obviously those 2 SEMs are quite strong, and look at the kills, and then they killed a lot of Dark Elves. And also one of the Code 1 Spear Riders actually performed really, really well as well. But I should say, I mean, one of the this unit of Black Gods of Lagran unit actually got dunked on pretty hard initially, and look at that, they only got 2 kills because they just basically fighting SEMs. But these 2 Black Gods of Lagran actually performed extremely well, and both of them got 99 kills. MVP, definitely. And Morathi and Deathhawk are just, you know, they're both on food, so they're not gonna get sniped by SEM that easily. And also Morathi can just basically use that Soul Stealer over and over again, which is fantastic. And I should say that I'm quite impressed with Dark Riders. Look at the value I gained from these guys. They pretty much just dealt with the entire Skin cohort infantry units. And also, when you pair them with either Spears or Black Gods of Lagran, they're gonna perform really well against Code 1 Spear Riders. Look at that. I mean, like 3 of these guys are actually dying to Dark Riders in combination with either Black Gods or Dray Spears. And also, I don't need to introduce further, Dark Riders with Expo gonna dish out a lot of damage, and these are AP missiles, and yeah, they took out SEMs, and you should always bring them against Lizardmen, in my opinion. And yeah, with that will be the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. For now, Oracleboss signing out.